Hello, everyone, to KubeCon Europe. I'm very excited to be in London here. Also, welcome to our largest KubeCon yet. It's very exciting. We have over 12,500 people here, so very exciting. So thank you very much. Before I kind of do the usual, new members, new type of announcements, I've been feeling a little bit nostalgic, lately. We had the Kubernetes 10-year anniversary last year that we had a lot of celebrations of. This year is when CNCF turns 10. And so, I kind of would like to talk a little bit about the history of the organization and kind of where we're going. I have a lot of nostalgia because the first KubeCon I ever attended was actually in London back in 2016. It was the first KubeCon Europe at the time, and if you kind of look in this room, this keynote, the keynote hall here looks very different than it was down here for sure. But at that time, we had a few hundred passionate folks coming together to kind of build and work on Kubernetes and eventually what became the CNCF. So if you kind of look at the history here, I think a lot of people aren't aware that CNCF was announced in July 2015. We had about 20 original organizations that were involved. We hosted our first board meeting in December 2015 at the New York Times building in Manhattan. Thank you, New York Times, for the space. It was great. And then in March 2016, we formalized the Cloud Native Technical Board, the TOC, and formally voted to accept Kubernetes as our first project, which was kind of cute. It was nice that the TOC was so gracious to vote and accept Kubernetes at that time. But if you kind of look at this original list of companies that were involved, we had AT&T, Box, Cisco, Cloud Foundry, CoreOS, Cycle Computing, Docker, eBay, Goldman, Google, Huawei, IBM, Intel, Joint, Cosmetic, Mesosphere, Red Hat, Switch, Twitter, Univa, VMware, and Weaveworks. That was a very small list of organizations, and some of those organizations are no longer here. I kind of, in italics, I kind of mentioned the companies that were either acquired or dissolved, but the key lesson here is there was a small group of organizations and folks that came together with a vision to make infrastructure and cloud native better, and they did it. Here we are. So small kernel of idea with passionate folks can truly change the world. So before I kind of move on to other announcements, I just wanted to have a special thank you for some of the folks that were there in the early days. So special thanks to our early governing board and TOC members. I've bumped into some folks already here. I've seen Kelsey and Alexis and so on. So just special thank you to all these folks that were there in the beginning when we had this kernel of a crazy idea of what CNCF became. So let's do a little round of applause and see if you say them. Thank you for their early crazy support. So 10 years of CNCF, we have tons of projects now, so there's a lot of anniversaries that are happening across the board. So we did Kubernetes last year for 10 years, it's 11 years this year. A lot of people aren't aware that some of the projects we have in CNCF are actually older than us as an organization, so things like Vitesse and the update framework are 15 and 16 years old. So we're gonna be doing a lot of celebrating this year and acknowledging the 10 years of amazing hard work that this community has done. So I'm happy to announce, just like last year, we're going to be throwing some parties and meetups and organizations worldwide. So if you're interested in hosting we're calling it C10CF party and event within your local community, please go here and request, and we're going to go support all y'all over the world to go celebrate later when we actually get to our official 10-year milestone. So very excited to kind of celebrate with everyone this year on all the amazing stuff we have done this decade. So that's a little bit about the past and the history. So if we look at Cloud Native today, CNCF, there are over 275,000 contributors to over 200 projects coming from 190 different countries out there, and we are truly a global community. I had some friends at GitHub that were actually doing some interesting analysis and coming up with some graphics where they were like, well, let's heat maps. Everyone loves a heat map, and so you're like, here's a heat map of all the maintainers, across CNCF and kind of where they come, and you kind of look at this map and you're like, oh wow, this is like truly all over the world is kind of represented here in terms of maintainers, for the community. And obviously, contributors are significantly wider. But if you zoom in, we are in the UK, so I asked them to kind of give me a little bit of a zoom in thing, and you kind of see some representation here. But the maintainers in CNCF, there's about 1,500 of them, truly drive the community here. And yesterday, we hosted our first maintainer summit that brought together all of our different project maintainers to kind of share lessons, talk about how they solve problems in their respective projects and community. And so I just kind of want to, thank that literally the 1,500, plus maintainers really drive this whole ecosystem that everyone depends on. So maybe a thank you to all the maintainers, and congrats for your first maintainer summit yesterday. So our first announcement is we have the latest Cloud Native annual survey that we put together is put out and downloaded. So you can kind of go take a look at it. We have some updated information on project usage, number of Cloud Native developers out there, and so on. So please check out the latest annual survey that we put together. So let's do the usual. So we have some new members in CNCF. I'm very excited to announce that Ericsson, HA Proxy, and Marentis have joined us gold members. So thank you for your support. You're very much appreciated to support this lovely organization. We also have a lot of other new members, silver members, academics, nonprofits, universities, and so on that join. So welcome to Team Cloud Native, and glad to have you supporting the CNCF. So another new announcement that we're doing. So last year on stage, I was in Paris. I announced our new kind of Cloud Native Education Ambassador program to basically help improve the state of Cloud Native education, certifications, and help other people learn more about different CNCF projects. So this year, we are announcing kind of an update to this program at a new level called the Golden Kubestronaut program. And this is essentially folks that have passed not only the Kubernetes certifications, but the other CNCF projects like Istio, Backstage, Argo, and so on. So we have a couple dozen of initial Golden Kubestronauts in stage somewhere. I don't know where all y'all are, but yeah, there you are. So please stand, and we'll spot you, and thank you. So kudos. Those are, it's a lot of certifications that you have to do, and I'm very happy to have you here. So thank you. Like your hats. Education's important. CNCF is a diverse ecosystem. We got a lot of projects. It's not always easy. The other thing we announced late last year was we were expanding into kind of new areas. So if you looked at that kind of maintainer map, Africa was a little bit light on it, and what better way to expand reach is by creating kind of a new program to serve that market. So we've partnered with an organization called Andela to try to train over 20,000 folks in Africa on cloud native technology, particularly starting with the KCNA and early Kubernetes training. When we launched this thing, we've had 6,400 people apply from 46 different countries in Africa. So it's been awesome to see this going, and I hope next year I can come up with an update to show more maintainers and contributors in that part of the world. But we're officially kicking things off in May 5th, 2025, as to kind of really start this program. So I'm super excited that it's finally moving along here. The other thing we've been investing in is, you're probably no stranger to platform engineering. It's kind of a new popular topic in the cloud native world. A lot of CNCF projects power platform engineering teams and products out there. And one thing that we noticed was a lot of the education and content out there is very maybe skewed, maybe it's single vendor or not very open source friendly. So we went together to work with our community and created 2 new certifications here. Today we are launching that the Cloud Native Platform Engineering Associate exam is available to register and take. So it is available if you go to that QR code, and obviously when you attend KubeCon, all y'all have discounts, and so please check it out. Platform engineering is definitely here to stay. The other thing that I've noticed in kind of my 10-year journey in CNCF is we talk to a lot of companies that are adopting cloud native software, using it, and a lot of times some of these organizations are new to open source, right? They're, hey, like we're trying to set up our policies, we're trying to figure out how to contribute back. So we've partnered with the Linux Foundation and the Open Source Initiative to create a new training and certification called CODE, or Certified Open Source Developer. It's really meant for enterprises to try to figure out how to navigate open source usage, some of the crazy upcoming regulations that are coming, how to deal with licensing issues. So this is now available for everyone to take advantage of, especially if you're a large enterprise out there. So awesome to kind of see this finally done, because it's definitely sorely needed out there. So my next announcement is, I've known this gentleman for quite a while, and they've been a very early supporter of CNCF, and I'm very excited about a kind of a new initiative that we've been working on together that very much is relevant to the European economy and region. So I'll let him explain it a little bit more, but let me introduce Vasu from SAP on the stage to talk about a little new fun project that we're working on. So Vasu, come on out.
Thank you, Chris. Hello, KubeCon. Thanks for having me. Now, while I work for SAP, a long-time platinum sponsor and supporter, of course, of the CNCF, I'm actually here to represent a broad initiative across Europe. I'm actually excited, and I truly am, to announce the launch of NeoNephos, a new open source initiative that is hosted now in the Linux Foundation here in Europe. So why did we start NeoNephos? Its mission is to build a sovereign multi-provider cloud edge continuum for Europe. So I probably need to explain this continuum a bit. As you can see here on the map, several EU member states have mobilized a whopping 3.5 billion euros of investments with a policy instrument called the Important Project of Common European Interest, or in short, the IPSAI. Now, NeoNephos is a non-bureaucratic outcome of that founding. As founding members here, the companies here you see of NeoNephos, and not all of them are receiving funds, by the way, we recognize the importance of collaboration in open source for this mission. And it's an urgent and an immediate mission that we all subscribe to. Now, we also see NeoNephos as our open source infrastructure for all the other EU initiatives that are currently in motion as we speak. Now, with this, we can actually put public and private money into common use, and that's dear to my heart, into open source use. Now, but why am I here to announce this foundation at the KubeCon? Well, you are all here also because of that, because if we look into all of the digital machine rooms of all our companies, we find cloud native everywhere. Kubernetes, OpenTelemetry, GitOps, and many more. So the cloud-native ecosystem has created the de facto standard around portability and versatility, and it is clearly the key to solving the interoperability challenges that we face, not only for Europe, but for everywhere else. So technically, what do we actually do with these CNCF projects? Now, of course, we're leveraging all these projects to jointly build a reference that serves this sovereign cloud edge purpose. And I'm especially proud that we can actually pay for maintainers and contributors, for example, for the KCP project, where we can move the edge of what Kubernetes can actually do. And in NeoNephos, we also have donated projects based entirely upon the Kubernetes principles, some of which have secretly or openly matured in our respective enterprises, and are working at scale, actually. In short, I want to make it short, the idea is to take our beloved kube control command, or is it kubectl, and apply Kubernetes down to bare metal across platform providers into the telco edges and make it the European standard. If you want to know more, I'll be talking about NeoNephos and our initiative in the Linux Foundation Europe Birds of a Feather session at 14:30 today, together with our sister project, Silva. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for, it's an honor to stand upon the shoulders of giants. And thank you, CNCF, for being such a welcoming and great community, okay? See you later.
Thank you, Vasu. I think he's maybe underselling some of this. Like, they do a great job funding and supporting CNCF maintainers and upstream contributors. So very much kudos to him personally in driving a lot of that work at SAP. And always excited to see CNCFA projects used in the way they were intended, to kind of build cloud-native systems that are used across different clouds and regions across the world. So super awesome effort. So I want to kind of wrap things up, and before I hand it off to the lovely program chairs to continue, KubeCon here. But we are a global community. We now have 5 KubeCons worldwide that are happening. Later this year, we are doing KubeCon in China, in Hong Kong, and in Tokyo, KubeCon Japan for the first time, which is very exciting. And then we'll be in India, in Hyderabad, and later in North America, in Atlanta this year. So there are 5 KubeCons that we do to kind of try to meet and reach our community in specific regions. So highly encourage folks to attend. Most of these, Japan and India for sure will sell out, so register early. So hope to see you there. And for next year, to help with planning, since these events have become so large, this is a big kind of keynote stage, we are planning further in advance. So as I mentioned before, next year for KubeCon, we're going to be in Amsterdam. We're back at the RAI Convention Center over there, which is a lovely space, love that area. And then we're going to be in LA in 2026 for KubeCon North America. However, for the year after that, we've already booked the next KubeCon Europe, and I'm happy to announce today that we will be in Barcelona back. So book your calendars, March 15th through 18th, one of my favorite cities in Europe, and I'll be excited to be back there. So, I want to thank everyone for coming and showing up. I truly hope you have a great week of learning, nerding out, meeting some new friends, and so on. So with that, I'll kind of close shop off and have Casper come lead the way on officially really kicking off the rest of the keynote. So welcome and truly enjoy this week. So thank you very much all. Thanks for attending.
Thank you, Chris.